So. Und jetzt? Da ist er wieder.
If you sat down and played your entire games library from beginning to end, by the time you finished, you'd be 9,000 years old and everyone you loved would be dead, including you. Don't let this happen. There is a better way. Hi, I'm Tim Schaefer from Video Games, and I'm here to tell you the good news about Day of the Devs. Day of the Devs is an all-volunteer curation committee that plays hundreds of games so you don't have to, brings you the very best of them to show you at places like this digital showcase that you're about to see today. How much does this cost, you might ask? $5 million? $10 million? Absolutely nothing. Day of the Devs is a non-profit and supported entirely by generous contributions from people like you and also our generous sponsors. So all you have to do right now is sit back and prepare to be inspired. Enjoy Day of the Devs Digital Showcase.
I'm excited to introduce the first look at a new title from Annapurna Interactive and the developers at No Goblin. Ever wanted to live the fantasy of gathering intel and pulling off a heist, all as a mysterious master thief?
Vielleicht nicht.
Well, in Snap and Grab, you'll be able to, and the developers are here to tell you how it's done.
Kann auch sein, ich weiß nicht.
Hello.
Hallo.
I'm Sassia, Senior Level Designer and Artist
Sie ist
at
kein
No
Goblin.
Nein.
Senior Animator at No
Es wäre so lustig, wenn bei ihm Goblin stehen würde. Es wäre so lustig einfach. No Goblin, Goblin.
Snap and Grab.
Aha, Snap and Grab.
Schnappen und Grabschen.
Snap and Grab.
Oh, Annapurna. Immer gut.
What does that mean?
I'm glad you asked. Picture this. It's the 80s, and you are nestled between high fashion glamour and high ticket crime.
As Nicky Nevada, the world's greatest photographer, you'll be tasked with visiting a variety of rich and lavish settings, in which you'll have one question on your mind. What will you be stealing tonight?
Ich mag sie, die beiden ein bisschen hilflos verloren vor der Kamera stehen. Ich
Ja,
weiß nicht,
aber
ich finde das mega sympathisch, so nach den ganzen Glossy-Sachen, die wir gerade gesehen haben.
Ja.
Ne?
Ja. So viele Corgis.
In Snap and Grab, you will do cool crimes with only your camera and your crew.
As you visit each venue, you will snap a variety of high-ticket items, and anything that might help or hinder your crew's chances of getting to them.
Also ich fotografiere die Sachen, aber nur, ich muss die nicht klauen, oder?
You're done snapping. You'll use your photos to assemble your own step-by-step plan for your crew to grab your future possession.
Musst du nicht, aber du musst quasi die
Reihenfolge
fotografieren oder so.
Might get in your way, including Rio, a detective who's been on Nifty's trail for quite some time now. Who knows when she'll catch up?
As your anonymous thieves make headlines, you'll attract new crew, giving you access to new ways to snap and grab.
Will you be able to plan the next perfect
heist? Der Stil sieht aber voll gut aus. So ein bisschen Fortnite-ig, aber auch eigen.
Spectacularly.
Ja, das stimmt, das stimmt. Sehr poppig. Oh, Nanny Fein. Achso.
We can't wait to see what you plan next in Snap and Grab.
Available early next year on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series
Werden jetzt auch neue Spiele vorgestellt? Ja, das zum Beispiel gerade.
Does Untitled Goose Game ring a bell? It was one of the very
cool.
early Day of the Devs games. So early, in fact, that when we asked the dev what the name of the game was, they asked, do they have to have a name?
You wouldn't steal a DVD, das Cap ist geil.
House, based in Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, das alte?
Ja, genau. Das Anti-Raubkopien-Ding. Geil.
Genau.
But I'm not the right person to describe what it is. Better served that these anthropomorphized ant, duck, wobbly creature things do it for you. Take it away.
Hello.
Best.
We're House. You might know us because of our Goose Game.
Yeah.
And we're here today to show you around our new game. It's a cooperative multiplayer adventure made for friends to play together. It's called Big Walk.
Ich mach die Musik gerade.
It's a tricky game to describe, but it's mainly about doing two things: talking and walking.
Okay.
So talking. It's a big part of Big Walk, and we've put a lot of work into making a proximity voice chat system that feels natural and playful. You'll sound different if you're speaking up close.
Hello.
Or far away.
Hello.
Or in a tunnel.
Hello. Yo, cool.
Geil.
Or over a walkie-talkie.
Hello. Over.
Or behind soundproof glass. In a situation like this, where you can't hear each other, you'll need to find other ways to communicate.
Geil.
So we've given you lots of ways to point and gesture.
Oh, there they are.
And plenty of tools to stay in touch.
Aber ist das ein VR-Spiel oder was ist das?
And if you can't use voice chat, or you just don't feel like it, we've also made a proximity text chat system. So you can play the entire game that way as well. Hello.
The game is set in a big open world that we've filled with all kinds of stuff. To see it all, you'll need to go for a big walk. Exploring as part of a group is a special feeling. Our chat system makes it important to stick together, so navigating the world of Big Walk requires lots of teamwork and talking.
Oh, that's not like pass.
As you explore, you can split up and go off on your own adventures, or even lose each other accidentally.
Ja, das auch, aber das
When
Spiel
you're
ist auch
apart,
irgendwie
you
krass.
won't be able to talk face to face.
Wenn sie einer
Finding a way back together
verläuft,
isn't always straightforward.
Ist er weg?
Ist er ja, da.
Ja.
Ja.
If you get lost in the bush, don't worry. You'll find plenty of ways to stay in touch and find each other again. Hello? If anyone can hear me, please shoot up a flare. Thank you.
This building behind me has a challenge in it. Completing challenges like these is the way you make progress through the game. They're all about teamwork, and they're all a little bit different. A lot of them are designed so that you find funny and surprising new ways to talk. You might need to do some miming, or come up with a special code, or even sing to each other.
Okay, so you want to find a speaker that's like, ooh wah wah, ooh wah wah, ooh wah wah.
They're not all about talking though. There's a bit of platforming in there, some sports, and some weirder stuff too.
Stop.
Our challenges are open-ended,
okay,
and leave plenty of room for you to do things your own way. Like the rest of the game, challenges in Big Walk are about the joy of muddling through things together.
Wenn du jemanden mit so einer Maske, oder? Ich weiß es nicht.
Oder der Bildschirm wird schwarz, ich weiß es nicht genau.
There's heaps to see and do, but there's also lots of room to just hang out in between. We think there's some real magic that happens when you forget your plans and find yourselves doing something else entirely.
You can sit and watch the sunset.
Tell stories as you wait for the night to pass.
Go dancing.
Or you could steal your friend's binoculars and kick them into the ocean.
Geil.
Sorry.
We hope you enjoyed this little tour and got a sense of what we think is so special about this game.
Mega geil.
We made Big Walk to be a nice way to hang out with your friends in a video game, and we hope you like playing it as much as we do. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Tschüss. Ey, wie süß.
Okay, das ist echt cool.
Oh, ich brauch die Musik, die turnt mich voll an. Ich finde das geil. Ja, total mein
This
Ding.
next title is from the art director of Journey and the team at Giant Squid, who brought you beautiful titles like Abzu and The Pathless. You'll see the DNA of all those games in this one as you surf the sand on your sword and bring the sea back to life. It's the Sword of the Sea.
Ja.
Hi, I'm Matt Nava. I'm the creative director at Giant Squid, and I'm very excited to share with you our latest game, Sword of the Sea. Sword of the Sea is a atmospheric adventure game where you surf on a sword. And it is trying to give you the kind of spiritual experience that you get as a surfer, a snowboarder, a skater. It takes a lot of what I've done in my previous games, going back all the way to Journey, Abzu, The Pathless, and you're going to see those elements in the game, but it's going to take you somewhere new.
Na, schön. Ui.
Sword of the Sea is all about movement, getting into a flow state, and that's something that as a snowboarder I've experienced myself. I feel like there's this kind of magical experience that you have with these extreme sports. When you're doing it, you actually find this kind of meditative quality. You are moving very quickly, but you get to understand nature in a way that you can't otherwise. You get to see the whole mountain at once, and that lets you kind of connect with the world in a deeper way. And I think that's what we want to do with the game.
Gronkh.
Da lag ja was drauf, ne? Hab ich gesehen.
Ja.
I'm really excited because Sword of the Sea has music written by Austin Wintory, a longtime collaborator who I work with on Journey, Abzu, The Pathless, and he's done countless other games scores. It also has movement inspired by the old skating and snowboarding games. So if you played the Tony Hawk games, if you played the old snowboarding games, you're going to love the way that you move in Sword of the Sea.
Geil.
Schön. Schön.
We can't
und ohne
really
Punkte, ohne irgendwas, einfach nur spielen.
Be a spiritual experience for players, but what we can
Aber ich
do
hätte
is
gern dieses Geräusch, dieses
the environment,
wenn du
the conditions,
so ein Tape eingesammelt hast. Oh, das fand ich immer geil bei Tony.
Sword of the Sea is coming out this year, August 19th, on the PlayStation 5 and PC, so wishlist now. Thank you.
Yeah.
This next world exclusive is a sequel to a game that has over 4 million players and counting. A runaway hit if there ever was one. But to make a sequel, you have to bring something new to the genre, something evolved, and that's exactly what this developer did.
Um welches Spiel geht's? World Premiere.
Sehen wir gleich. Best Co-op. Was?
Aber hohe Worte. Escape Academy.
Okay. Und das war das beste Koop. Was? Weiß ich nicht, ob ich das vergleichen würde.
Hatten wir das nicht im Stream auch gespielt? Ja.
Also ich nicht, du wahrscheinlich, ne? Du wahrscheinlich.
Ja, ich glaube schon.
I'm Wyatt with Gronkh Games, and we're here to announce Escape Academy 2, Back to School.
Oder welches hätte ich gespielt? Ich hatte auf jeden Fall so ein Escape-Spiel gespielt, wo man an der Akademie ist, ja.
Escape Academy 2
Escape Room klingt irgendwie...
Ja. Where between your escape room classes, you can
es ist
explore
Open World, aber du kommst aus dem Raum.
campus
Ja, schade.
that functions as one big escape room.
Ja, stimmt.
We felt inspired by games like Animal Well and the Legend of Zelda series and how they leverage free roam puzzle solving. So we're really excited to bring that into the Academy.
Our background as a studio is in building immersive narrative escape rooms. So when we started making a sequel for Escape Academy, we asked ourselves, how can we push that even further? We looked at feedback from the first game, and the #1 most requested feature, by a huge margin, was more Academy, to really get to be a student at the school. This time around, we're going to let you explore the campus, to go to classes, meet other students, and, most importantly, find lots of rooms to lock yourself
Animal als Inspiration könnte geil sein. Auch mit mehr Bewegung
once a
vom
2D
Charakter.
level select map is now a fully realized explorable space. Whether you're returning to the Academy or stepping in for the first time, you'll find yourself in a world full of unique environments, from dusty puzzle archives to hidden rooms in unsuspecting places.
Ich wusste nicht mal, dass der
Campus
erste
is
Teil
designed to
Koop war,
reward
ehrlich
curiosity
gesagt.
with secrets tucked into every corner for players to discover.
Ja, ich hab den
From
allein
lighting and
gespielt.
atmosphere to
Also mit allen
environmental
deinen
storytelling,
Freunden.
we've pushed every element to heighten
Alle, ich war dabei.
Oh.
For Escape Academy 2, our approach to narrative is to really lean into the roleplay of embodying a student at the Academy. You can talk to your fellow escapists to unlock quests, discover lore, and naturally get hit with a deluge of groan-worthy puns. Apologies in advance. Over the course of the game, you'll puzzle your way through character-driven quest lines that string together campus challenges and escape rooms, taking you through your second-year curriculum and the game's central mystery. If you want to get a sneak peek at the game and help us unlock its full potential, join our Discord and sign up for a playtest. We'd love to borrow your brain.
Wishlist Escape Academy 2 today on Steam. And we'll see you when you get back to school.
Hey.
Devo, Smashing Pumpkins,
sehr
Lush.
gut.
All these bands are part of the 80s, 90s vibe that is Mixtape, from the prolific creators of The Artful Escape. But this is not a music game or a game about
Artful
music.
Escape, hab ich
It's
auch
a
noch
game
ein Pile
about
of Shame.
life
Oh
and
Mann,
friends
so eine Schande.
and the music that gets us through it.
Ja?
Ja. Das war so, der Anfang war so cool schon.
Oh, hi. I'm Johnny Galvatron from Beethoven and Dinosaur, here in Melbourne Rock City. This is our secret hideout where we make video games.
Beethoven und Dinosaurier.
This is one of our artists, Arden. Fuck off. We're the BAFTA award-winning team behind The Artful Escape. But who cares? What's next? We're making a mixtape.
Oh, das sind
das sind die Macher von Mixtape. Oh, geil.
Instant,
cool.
Instant Karma, Sympathie.
Mixtape is a coming-of-age action-adventure game about 3 friends on their last night together, listening to a perfectly curated soundtrack. It's a psychedelic retrospective, a musical journey that documents the breadth of their friendship and their greatest hits.
Alles klar.
Nicht zu Hause nachmachen.
Das Auto fährt auch einfach weiter.
Ja, sicher. 3 Kinder totgefahren auf der A2.
The whole game is a mixtape. The music is a mixtape. There's a mixtape of mechanics.
Geil.
From skateboarding to pulling slushies. A mixtape of eras, a mixtape of art styles and media designed to take you back to the teenage wasteland.
Oh, der Röhrenmonitor.
That's a rookie move.
Yeah, have we taught you nothing, Cassandra?
Ey, ist ein Boomer-Spiel, so geil.
Grafik über PS1, du hattest nie eine PS1, Kollege. Nee, du kannst überhaupt nicht mitreden.
But is the music any good? Holy flippin' meatballs, let me tell you all about it.
Alter, wie viele Boxen die da stehen haben.
We got Joy Division, Devo, I love Devo, Smashing Pumpkins, Portishead, Roxy Music, Silverchair, Lush, The Cure, Susie and the Banshees, Stan Bush, The Jesus and Mary Chain.
Ja, wie gesagt, alle Folgen werden geclaimed, alle. Egal.
Da kannst du nix monetarisieren, ist egal.
I can't go to prison.
Man kann mit dem Einkaufswagen. Oh, wie geil. Nice. Hast du das früher auch gemacht?
Nein, war mir zu gefährlich.
Echt? Oh. Ja, genau. Ja, ist viel zu gefährlich. Mach das nicht.
Also ist es halt wirklich. So, wenn du da jetzt hinfällst, ja, 3-mal tot.
Okay, über die Straße wild.
Alter.
Play it on Game Pass,
Skateboard
Day
bin ich
One,
gefahren.
wishlisted on Steam, play it on a
Das bin ich auch, aber nicht sehr erfolgreich.
Oh, wie kommt's?
Ja, ich hab, glaube ich, keinen guten Gleichgewichtssinn.
Fair.
Mixtape. Ich war auch nicht gut.
Nothing but the hits.
Oh, geil. Ich freue mich da so drauf.
Did you see that Drinkbox Studios just announced their next title, Blighted, moments ago at the Summer Game Fest? Well, now they're here to give you an in-depth look at the game.
Hey, I'm Ian, the lead designer at Drinkbox Studios.
Hallo Ian.
And I'm Augusto, art director at Drinkbox.
Hallo Augusto.
We're excited to finally tell you about our new game, Blighted.
Ah, das war das. Ja, da bin ich mir noch unsicher.
Ich muss halt irgendwie an Hades denken.
Blighted is a hardcore action Metroidvania set in a psychedelic western nightmare. The game's full of mysteries and secrets, and one of its coolest features is a dynamic difficulty system.
Und meine Augen haben in den Trailern gebrannt, weil die Farben so satt sind einfach.
Aber auch dieses Wasser,
People in this world have
wie heißt es denn? Dieser ölige Effekt,
when someone dies,
dieses Schimmern.
A seed is planted in their brain. Over time, a tree grows from their skull and bears fruit. By eating this fruit, one gains
Stimmt, und es sieht ein bisschen
knowledge
langsam
and
aus,
experience
ne?
of their
Es sieht wirklich ein
ancestors.
bisschen langsam aus.
That's how it was for generations.
Muss ich noch mal
That
gucken.
is, until the one they called Sorcisto defiled the ritual. He discovered that by eating brains raw, he gained immense power. Sorcisto ate the fruits, destroyed the eggs, and devoured your entire community. And in doing so, he released a reality-altering disease known as Blighted.
Das sieht halt geil aus, so diese Animationssachen da, aber das gefällt mir gar nicht leider.
Hunt down Sorcisto to reclaim the memories of your people.
Hört sich fies an einem Mobile-Game-Vibe.
You're afflicted with blight.
Oh, hat die Gamestar gerade
It's
geladen?
constantly overtaking you, making enemies aggressive and
woher der Kommentar kommt, ja.
changing your
Ich
perception
sehe momentan
of the
keine
world.
Raids leider, weil ich musste mein Streaming-System neu aufsetzen.
You can harness it to fight back
Oh, danke für
even
den Raid,
harder.
liebe Gamestar, dankeschön.
With practice, you'll be
Vielen
chaining
Dank.
together finishers,
Liebe Branchenkollegen, hallo.
Klar, unterstützt den Großen, schön, ja.
Du hast eine Collectors Edition bekommen, halt die Fresse, Phunk.
With enough blighted memories, you'll start to see new
Du kannst nicht
layers
alles
of
haben.
reality, reach hidden locations, and discover new gameplay mechanics.
Blighted marks our studio's first venture into 3D, allowing our team to bring their designs to a whole new level as they craft gorgeously eerie worlds for you to explore. You'll be making your way through remains of long-dead civilizations, manifested nightmares, through mines carved into the interior of petrified giants, and scaffolds to the gods.
Das sieht so gut
Drinkbox
aus,
has
ja.
a rich history with action games,
aber
from
der Rest
Guacamelee,
nicht so.
Solver,
Ich mach
to Nobody
Pass.
Saves the World. And we're excited to craft another one that will put your skills to the test.
Ich
Blighted will
ja,
support full co-op like many of our past games, and we're working with composer Jim Guthrie to create a soundtrack you'll never forget. We're excited for you to try the game.
Ich meine, ich würde den Entwicklern auf jeden Fall schon mal wegen ihrer vorherigen Games würde ich ihnen schon mal Credits einräumen, auf jeden Fall. Also das Spiel wird bestimmt gut.
This next title is from a bona fide Day of the Devs alumni, Outerloop.
whose games Thirsty Suitors and Falcon Age have both been previously celebrated in our showcases. Outerloop prides itself on being a minority-led studio with a mission to create accessible but meaningful games about underrepresented cultures and themes. This title is a beautiful and vibrant example.
Ach, hier der Vogel, ja, Dingens da, ne? Ja, ich weiß.
Ja, warum komme ich gerade nicht drauf?
Der immer in Punkten redet.
Ja.
Ja.
Okay. Was?
No one cooks anymore.
Woodpecker, dankeschön. Ne, Woodstock. Ja, Woodstock war's, ja.
Food
nicht Woodstock,
ja.
Ja.
I'm so hungry.
Ein Spiel, wo man kocht und liefert.
Und RPGisiert.
Uber Eats RPG. Okay.
Und kämpfen tut.
Oh. Ja, ist halt ein Spiel, ne? Ist halt...
Ist voll deins, meinst du?
Ich hab's jetzt schon durchgespielt gerade.
Hi, I'm Eka, Creative Director of Outerloop Games, and I want to introduce you to our new game, Divas, a spicy narrative-based RPG, platform through vibrant villages, battle corporate goons, reconcile with loved ones,
das sah gerade besser aus als der Trailer davor.
Before saying goodbye. Double jump, drill, and grapple your way through the world to discover local ingredients, hidden paths, memories, and new friends. Engage in a flavorful turn-based combat system where every attack packs some heat. Especially when you time it right. Hitting the action button as the hit lands amplifies your attack damage and strengthens your blocks against enemy attacks. Use boost points at the start of your turn.
Mit dem richtigen Timing ist auch so ein Ding geworden irgendwie, ne?
Attacks and skills.
Oh ja.
Match enemy flavor cravings to break down
ich mag's eigentlich ganz gerne. Aber ich hasse es auch ein bisschen, weil ich dann immer konzentriert sein muss. Und das will ich nicht immer.
Using the expressive cooking system.
Hast du ein bisschen, zwei Herzen meiner Brust.
Delicious hearty meals reconnects communities with their culture, history, shared memories, and increases your reputation. Serve up looks like customizing your spirit met goddess. Create your own spicy style with a custom wraps and accessories.
Ich find's gar nicht so schlecht.
Divas, our spicy narrative turn-based combat RPG, will be out in early 2026.
Ich glaube, ich werde es nicht spielen, aber es sieht sehr gut aus.
Our pals at Heart Machine, creators of Hyperlight Drifter and Hyperlight Breaker, have teamed up with our buds at Devolver. They're mixing things up with surreal, interdimensional demon horror. It's a genre, right? Or is it a genre?
Demon Horror oder Demon Horror?
Here it is.
Horror, oder? Oh, ja, doch.
Ja, wahrscheinlich, oder?
Ja, das Schule ist Horror auf jeden Fall.
Okay, ja.
Haha.
120 FPS.
Demon Horror.
Okay.
Okay.
Normaler Schultag damals.
Ich glaube, es wünschen sich einige Lehrer.
Prozessors. Okay, das ist nice.
Okay, das hätte ich jetzt nicht erwartet.
Das. Ja. Okay.
Wow, okay. Die Grafik war aber geil.
Aber der Gegner hat sich nicht bewegt.
Nee, das war nur so ein Schnuff.
Ja.
Hi, I'm Miriam.
Hi,
I'm
Miri.
at Heart Machine, working on Possessors.
Kein Goblin.
Possessors is a search action game
set in Senzu, a corporate-run city which has been overrun by demons. What you've just seen is one of 4 animated shorts we made with Powerhouse Animation. They each tell the story of how a character or a creature from Possessors survived the attacks of the demon, or how they perished. In Possessors, you play as Luca, a teenager from Senzu who was injured in the disaster. Luca was forced to make a deal with a demon named Rem for both of them to survive. Rem possessed her, healed her, and made her strong. Now Luca and Rem are stuck together and forced to get along. They'll have to climb Senzu's skyscraper and fight through hordes of feral demons to escape the city. Along the way, Luca and Rem will discover what Senzu's corporate master were hiding. And piece together what happened by sharing.
Man hat kein User-Interface, also ich sehe kein Leben oder so, obwohl sie getroffen wurde.
Wird bestimmt einfach nur so angedeutet oder so, wenn man rumläuft.
Oder sie haben es hier für die Show einfach rausgenommen.
Oh, das kann auch sein.
Heute. Okay, der Artstyle ist aber geil da.
Moonlighter
das sah gut aus.
With its novel shopkeeping gameplay, its clean combat, and its satisfying dungeon-to-market gameplay loop. I could seriously play it all day.
Ich entwickle mich langsam zum Phunk, weißt du, aber ich will so sagen, ich bin noch unsicher.
Warum
ja, zum Phunk? Ja, es sah schon gut aus, aber irgendwas war noch off-putting. Ich weiß nicht, irgendwas war...
Was ist denn der Phunk?
Der Phunk ist immer... ja, weiß ich nicht.
Das ist der Phunk?
Das ist der Phunk, ja. Weiß ich nicht.
Show what's in store for Moonlighter II, the end as well.
Nein!
Oh, Moonlighter 2.
Guck mal hier, das finde ich voll gut.
Weiß
voll gut.
Nein!
Digga, doch weiß ich. Da weiß ich.
Na gut.
Vor allen Dingen erinnert es mich an eins meiner absoluten Lieblingsspiele, an Reagiert oder Reagiert, ich weiß nicht, wie man es ausspricht. Das ist, da spielt halt auch so ein Mädel, was in Dungeons geht und die Miete für ihren Job abbezahlen muss. Total toll.
Oh, das ist aber auch
ich liebe es. Ja, ist mega gut.
Here, Will finds himself stranded after one of his adventures. He won't be alone, though.
Weiß ich
All the new
nicht.
faces will join him along the way. For now, let's jump straight into the portal, where every adventure unfolds and both battles and looting take place. From the arid lands of Hodu to the grassy landscapes of Hylia, each biome offers new mechanics, enemies, and rewards. Combat has been vastly improved, with some enemies specialized in ranged weapons, while others focus on close combat. Once you clear a room, several things can happen. You might find a perk, in-run effects that can increase Will's power and unlock new abilities. The other option might sound familiar to veteran merchants, as you can also stumble upon chests. Inside, you'll find tons of prizes, relics.
Ah, shit.
Depending on where you place them, relics will unleash all kinds of effects. Backpack management will influence the outcome of your expeditions. Unlike in the first game, you'll be able to see the base value of each relic, although backpack effects can double or triple your profit. Let's say that you keep the adventure running. Let's say that you even feel brave enough to face one of Moonlighter's 2 bosses. These battles will put your skills to the test. Take the so-called Herald, for instance. This is one of the first bosses of the game and shows how the combat has evolved since the first Moonlighter.
Cool.
The Herald will throw projectiles and beams non-stop, forcing you to find cover and dodge hits.
Also wahrscheinlich der leichteste.
It's also protected by a sound barrier that you'll need to deactivate before striking back.
Ich bin jetzt schon 3-mal gestorben gegen
Also gegen so immer das schwarze Knödelchen reinballern, das geht schon.
It doesn't matter how far you get.
Ja, wenn du das jetzt weißt, wenn du so zuguckst, spiel das mal selber. Komm da mal auf den Gedanken, in das Knödelchen zu laufen und das anzugreifen. Ja.
Wobei der rote Kreis würde mich abschrecken, dahin zu laufen, das stimmt schon.
Ja, eben, genau.
Ja. Da würde ich eher denken, ist eine Warnung, weil es gleich Area Damage.
Ja. Well, there's actually something I can already share with you. Just like the perks in the dungeons, you can also unlock special effects each time you open your shop. They can potentially skyrocket your profit.
Das sah für mich wie ein WoW-Raid aus. Warte mal, habe ich WoW schon zu lange nicht mehr gespielt?
You never know what will happen when you open your shop.
Wie hat sich WoW denn entwickelt inzwischen?
That's it for now. After nearly 7 years since the original Moonlighter was released, we hope you are as excited as we are. Please stay tuned to our socials for all things Moonlighter 2, the endless world. See you in Tresna.
Inspired by Pietro Riva's manifesto, Rejector, Thomas feels driven to advance our medium by creating games for new audiences and to hopefully entice those who might not be usually interested in playing a video game to take an interest. From Thomas Watersoo,
das waren tatsächlich 1:1 WoW-Mechanics. Okay, ich habe wirklich schon zu lange nicht mehr gespielt.
Ach krass.
Na gut, krass.
Ich stand Dito ebenso. Ja, ich bin auch munter.
Welcome to Day of the Devs ASMR edition.
Was?
My name is Thomas Waters, and I'm a developer from Belgium. I'm the creator of Please Touch the Artwork, a series of casual and accessible games based on real paintings.
Das kann sein.
Where I explore what would happen if we did touch the artwork. I usually start by choosing a painter I like, and then think about what gameplay could fit their art style. For my third game, I fell in love with American realist painter Edward Hopper. But this time, you're not gonna be touching artworks. You're just gonna be watching them. At night.
Was? Anomalie-Game.
Please Watch the Artwork is a psychological spot the difference game, where you are a night watch at the Museum of Animated Modern Art.
Geil. Nicht das MoMA.
Mama. Your job is simple. Watch the paintings and report any anomalies.
Oh, cool.
Krass.
However, these are not your everyday paintings. They are alive, and there is a mysterious sad clown wandering around, spreading their sadness over all the paintings. You're gonna need a good memory, focus, and lots of coffee to avoid this from happening. If you don't know Edward Hopper, no worries. You don't need to know him to be able to enjoy the game. But he's most famous for his painting, Nighthawks. He depicted themes like loneliness and urban isolation. So for me, it made sense to create a psychological horror game. I also wanted a mechanic that made people really look at the paintings, hence the Spot the Difference gameplay. There are no jump scares in this game, and no monsters. The only things that are chasing you are the feelings of paranoia, self-doubt, and maybe some nostalgia towards Hopper's America from the early 20th century. Okay, you've got some clowns, but they are kinda harmless. It's just you, the night, and the paintings.
Ja, ich glaube, jetzt kommt doch gleich ein Jumpscare, oder? Nein.
But you can now wishlist the game on Steam.
Scheinbar nicht.
However, and don't tell this to anyone, it's probably gonna be around Halloween this year. Thanks to Day of the Devs for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I really hope you like this bizarre little thing I made. Bye-bye.
Okay, tschüss. Tschüss, gruseliger Mann.
Ja, irgendwie. Ich hätte erwartet, dass er am Ende jetzt selber im Clowns-Gesicht da
We've had a long-time love affair with this next
ja,
step
okay,
at Outerloop Games. It goes all the way back to the very first day of the devs, where we showed Mercenary King. It's been amazing to see what they've done since then with games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, which is a huge nostalgic bomb, and they're set to deliver again with Marvel Comic Invasion.
Hi, I'm Frédéric Gemus.
And I'm Kevin Chiasson. We are part of Tribute Games from Montreal, Canada, and are currently working on Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a beat 'em up set in the Marvel Universe. When Annihilus launches an attack across the galaxy, it's up to 15 Marvel superheroes to save the day.
Ich hasse es, wenn die Galaxie angegriffen wird.
Captain America,
das macht mich immer sauer.
Venom,
immer wieder so nervig.
Storm,
ich verschütte dabei den Tee. Der ganze Nachmittag ist im Arsch.
Ich verdrück mich, wenn ich eine E-Mail schreibe. Das macht mich aggressiv.
Ja, das ist einfach so.
Und dann berichtige ich das aber nicht und schicke die ab und lese dann erst danach, wenn ich die E-Mail danach checke, wie dumm ich mich verschrieben habe.
Allein das zu hören macht mich zornig, Phunk.
Ja, ich würde gerne ihre Frau deflorieren. Nein! Mist!
Ich
wollte defekieren schreiben. Was?
Eben!
For level design,
Mann!
we recreated iconic Marvel settings such as the Mutant Heaven of Genosha, the high-tech mobile base of S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier, plus a thrilling roster of legendary locations across the
100% von den Turtle machen.
We had a lot of fun inserting fan-favorite references for you to find out about the background.
Ja, Grafikstil, das Gameplay,
As the
alles.
fans of the Marvel Universe, we saw this project as a huge honor and a great opportunity to celebrate our
Aber auch
childhood's
sehr,
fondest memories.
sehr geil animiert alles.
Who knew that the countless hours spent at the comic book shop or the arcades would bring us here today?
We hope that Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a true love letter to all fans who grew up with the Marvel Universe.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is coming to PC and console this holiday.
Kann das Superhelden-Zeugs nicht mehr sehen? Ja, guck doch kurz
And now
weg.
for something of a moodier persuasion.
Wir gehen ja schon
Horror
in den
fantasy life sim, co-directed by the pixel artist from Sonstiges, with haunting and lovely music from Disaster Piece, composer of Hyperlight Drifter, It Follows, and Fence.
Wann kommt die Woche noch mal
And to boot, an amazing group of human developers from Vancouver.
Easy.
Oh,
das war das geile
was wir
Game.
heute zuallererst gesehen hatten.
Ja. Und direkt aufgeschrieben. Geil.
Und gibt's leider nicht in Deutsch. Holly hat ja geschrieben, keine deutsche Lokalisation, nur Englisch.
Er war auch erzürnt im Chat.
Der wurde bei mir gebannt, weil er nur rumgemeckert hat.
Ich habe ihn noch nie so aggressiv erlebt.
Hi, I'm Isa, programmer and writer of Neverway.
And I'm Pedro, artist and designer of Neverway. A horror RPG in light sim, and the debut title of our new studio called Buildings.
Und du Maki.
You play the game as Fiona. After quitting your dead-end job, you try to start over on a farm, a place where you can escape from all your problems and finally start fresh.
Pilze.
But it gets darker. Fiona will find herself indebted as immortal herald of a dead god. With your sword, you can fight in a fast-paced combat, and you can choose your secondary gear to change how you fight, like a hookshot you just crafted.
But remember, you still need to keep your new life on track. You can do things like shopping at the Cellmart or paying your mortgage using your very own Luna OS computer. You can also befriend or even romance more than 10 characters, each with their own special cutscenes and routines that can interact with each other.
And as you get closer to those characters, you can use those relationships to unlock new compatibilities that change the way you fight.
Ja, das kann sein. Weißt du, wie ich mein Englisch gelernt habe?
And cook, but Neverway doesn't play like a regular live sim RPG. Time progresses in 3
blocks. Keiner übersetzt. Nee, aber im Ernst, ich habe mit dem Lexikon vor Adventures gesessen und habe mir das selber übersetzt mit dem Langscheid. So habe ich Englisch gelernt.
Das habe ich meiner Oma erzählt, dass ich das mache, damit ich Mystical Ninja, dieses N64 Starring Goemon bekomme. Großartig gespielt. Das gab es auch nur in Englisch bei uns hier in Deutschland. Und ich habe meiner Oma versprochen, ich werde in Englisch besser, weil ich hatte damals, glaube ich, eine 3 oder eine 4. Und ich werde in Englisch besser, wenn sie mir das Spiel kauft, weil ich dafür Englisch lerne.
If this sounds like your kind of game, you can wish this library on Steam and stay up to date for latest announcements. And thank you for watching.
Ja.
Und cooles
Camouflage. Geil.
It's time for a world premiere. This one from a studio based in Johannesburg called Nyamako. Their previous title, the postmodern platformer
Mit Manga-Subs und Google Translate viel mehr gelernt als in der Lehre oder Schule. Ja, verstehe ich. Ja, auch ich habe Englisch durch Mangas gelernt. Ja. Durch Diablo 1.
Hard at work on Relooted, a heist game
ich spiele dann doch ein paar später alleine, ja.
Please take a look.
World Premiere.
Endlich mal eine.
We need a ride.
Something incognito.
Like a submarine? No, but also fast. Like a jet/submarine.
Can you be serious?
Ready.
Ist es Tales of Kansara? Ein weiterer Teil? Ja. Ist es Tales of Kansara? Bin ich blöd? Sau? Das sieht aus wie Sau.
I'm Gronkh, the lead animator at Nyamako.
And I'm Sita, producer at Nyamako.
Relooted is set in the near future, where a new treaty has been signed between the West and Africa. The treaty goes that all African artifacts that are on public display must be returned to their country of origin. But museums are using a loophole to avoid repatriation. They begin to only exhibit artifacts in private. Our heist crew is made up of regular people who band together to see these artifacts return to their country of origin, operating from a hideout in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Ja, doch, der linke Charakter ist es. Das ist doch aus Tales of Kansara Sau, der Typ, oder?
Ich habe keine Ahnung, ich kann nicht mitreden gerade.
In the real world, a French government report estimated that 90% of sub-Saharan African cultural heritage is in the possession of Western collections. That is millions upon millions of deeply important cultural, spiritual, and personal artifacts, including human remains, that aren't in their rightful place. While the locations in the game are vague and invented,
also wir fahren nach England quasi,
artifacts in Relooted are very much real.
So ein bisschen wie Indiana Jones,
as of today,
ja, nur dass wir es zurückklauen müssen quasi.
Private collections.
Ja, stimmt.
For example, the Reagiert, a hugely important spiritual item
Was war euer Highlight bis jetzt? Das Puppenbox-Spiel. Leck mich am Arsch.
Boah, das war so lustig. Okay, das war so nice und sehr überraschend einfach.
In 2016,
wie sind das nochmal?
Ich komme nicht drauf.
Fated Boxing. Felt that Boxing. Ich fühle das Boxing.
Genau, Felt that Boxing, genau.
Ja, geil.
Before each mission in Relooted, players will receive a briefing where they can learn more about these artifacts.
Weil es aber auch sehr überraschend kam einfach.
Their significance
und
and how they came to be removed from the African continent.
Und Resident Evil 9. Ja, muss ich auch mal sagen. Il war auch so sick einfach. Il war auch mega geil. Ja, Mann.
Einfach 3 Spiele von Mundfisch.
Ja. Das eine war von Mundfisch als Sponsor, glaube ich, irgendwie. Also Il ist ja nicht direkt von Mundfisch, aber von, die haben, glaube ich, gesponsert.
Mundfisch
ja,
wir klingen jetzt schon wie am Sonntag.
From here, we can smash the security glass and get you up to the next floor.
In Phase 2, you roam the level, carefully avoiding tripping the alarm and preparing your escape route.
Schneller!
Oh, wow, okay.
You execute, flowing through your plan and evading security systems as you carry Africa's heritage home.
Was?
Relooted is coming to Steam, the Epic Game Store and Xbox Series.
Das sah jetzt richtig nice aus.
You can wishlist it now.
Remember Patapon, that charming series of games about those little dudes walking around doing stuff and making music? Well, there's a sequel. Well, kind of a sequel. It's a spiritual successor. It's the core team from Sony Japan that made the OG games coming back at you with more charming little dudes doing stuff while making music. Here it is.
こんにちは。パタポンの原作者であり、現在ラタタンの開発をしております坂尻ゆきと言います。
そして私はラタタンのリードプロデューサーを務める坂尻和人と申します。
私は現在サーフィンやランニング、そして大好きなけん玉の練習をしている時以外は常にラタタンがより面白くなるように努力をしているところになります。
ラタタンはよりカラフルなデザインとオンラインマルチプレイモード、ローグライトなど新たなゲームデザインに取り組んで日々開発を行っています。
そして皆さんと一緒に育ててきたファンベースはとても素晴らしいものであり、コミュニティに投稿していただける応援のメッセージとか、可愛らしいファンアートにはいつも励まされています。
プロデューサーとして日々この業界の苦しさを感じております。ですが、このように自分たちの好きなゲームが作れることに日々喜びを感じています。我々インディーチームですので、まだまだ皆さんの支援が必要となります。今日は、新しいトレーラーをお持ちしましたので、ぜひご覧いただきたいと思います。それでは、どうぞ。
Ultra sympathisch. Soundtrack jetzt schon geil.
Ja, ist ein Rhythmusspiel.
Alter, der Soundtrack ist der Banger.
Ja, Mann. Also Roguelike-mäßig? Oh nein.
Oh, mit Karten. Oh, Phunk mit Karten. Oh, es ist mit Karten, Phunk.
Och nö.
Oh, Jürgen eskaliert gerade.
Wow.
Das heißt,
ich verliebe mir gerade Sonic Racing, cool.
Aber das heißt ja nichts. Die sind vielleicht nur so marginal am Rand irgendwo.
Oh. So. Okay, das Ausrüsten ist interessant.
Alter, die Musik ist der Shit. Ich will den Soundtrack haben.
Ja, Mann. Ey, da muss ja auch mal von Patapon den Soundtrack anhören. Ist so geil.
Patapon Soundtrack?
Ey, mega gut. Oder einfach dir ein Let's Play davon angucken. Ist auch geil genug.
Der Soundtrack ist ja der Wahnsinn.
Super, ne?
Ich liebe alles daran.
Das sieht gut aus.
Ratatan. Okay.
Ratatan. 25. Juli. Early Access. Okay, geil. Scharnike, geil.
Ich hol's mir alleine nur für den Soundtrack. Das reicht.
Das finde ich okay. Völlig richtig so.
This next game, led by the legendary Warren Spector of Epic Mickey and Deus Ex fame, is a totally new take on stealth. His talented team is making something like nothing else. It's an evocative game set in a turn-of-the-century universe, and I cannot wait to play it.
Hi, I'm Warren Spector.
Wow, Warren Spector. Ah, wie cool.
Woher kenne ich den Namen?
Eine alte Legende von Origin Systems.
Origin war das.
Ja, Mann. Da hinten ist auch noch Ultima 7 Serpent Isle Poster.
Ja.
Ich eskaliere.
It's a multiplayer stealth action game. Unlike any action or stealth game you and your friends have experienced before. Response to the idea of what the name of the show has been terrific. The team behind the game is so excited by the response that we wanted to show you more.
Nee, das ist neu für
uns, here's an early pre-alpha sneak peek at other sides upcoming.
Ich will das Regal hinten erstmal scannen. Ich will sein Regal anschauen.
So we're trying to have all the bells and whistles of an immersive stealth game, like hiding in shadows, understanding NPC pathing and vision cones and timing your movements with them, and lockpicking your way through a guarded location. The X factor to me, however, is probably the presence of other players in the same game.
Andere Spieler in
The thing is,
die da auch rumschleichen.
The AI all day long. I can study the levels all day long. But the other thing is, I don't know what another player is going to do. Are they going to actually pickpocket me? Making, you know, situations that are just so fun. Something that won't happen in another match ever again. I think that's the thing that I'm looking most forward to seeing players do.
I can feel like a real master of stealth.
Gibt's ein Ziel, was
or cunning,
eine Runde beendet? Gibt's überhaupt eine Runde? Keine Ahnung.
Keine Ahnung.
Which can be satisfying, but it's an actual human being that I'm getting the best of.
So one of our core design pillars in Thick as Thieves is to play with your ears. And to me, that means a lot as audio director because you understand your surroundings at all times. You understand where you are on the map. You can hear where other thieves are. You can hear other threats like guards. You could also be able to tell like, oh, I'm in this quiet environment, and then I can hear outside, it's very loud.
Das ist das, was Leute auch bei Arc Raiders lieben, dieses Sounddesign, dass du alles hörst. Und alles hat einen eigenen Ton, was sehr wichtig ist.
Okay, das ist cool.
Interessant, ich kann mir aber noch nicht vorstellen.
If you hear a train in the background, in the distance, there's actually a train passing by in the world.
Ja, na klar.
Every thief for themselves, right? You know, thieves going at it 1v1v1. And one thing that I really like to do is kind of stay back in the shadows and watch everyone go at it. People are falling into my traps and then just waiting for the right moment to swoop in.
Oder so Battle Royale Ding und der Letzte hat die ganze Beute?
Ich glaube, es geht darum, irgendwas Bestimmtes zu klauen.
So every
und du musst aufpassen, dass die anderen jetzt nicht abnehmen,
the weather
oder?
Changes, the locations
also du musst zuerst der Erste dabei sein, oder du musst dann noch aufpassen, dass dir keiner klaut.
The players are always on their own separate quests.
Keiner, ich weiß auch noch nicht.
Anything can happen.
So würde ich zumindest machen. Andere die Arbeit machen lassen und einfach warten, bis die Uhr rauskommt.
Ja, würde ich die ganze Zeit so tun.
Ja, sicher.
Ich würde so tun, als würde ich mit dir zusammenspielen und dann...
Ja, na klar,
die machen dich. Ja. Und ich glaube in den Chat.
Aber ich weiß das und habe immer ein drittes mit im Bunde.
Verdammt.
This is a new title from a long-time collaborator of ours. Both at Double Fine Presents, where we publish their game Kids, and here at Day of the Dead, where we've highlighted titles like Time Flies. Here's a first look at their new game, Pocket Boss.
Hi, I'm Mario. I'm roughly half of a small studio called Playables based in Zurich, Switzerland. I worked on games like Plug and Play and Kids. But now I'm looking forward to showing you something brand new, Pocket Boss. Pocket Boss is a short game about the small joys of manipulating data. As a remote worker, you're in touch with your boss through a chat interface and will get all kinds of requests. Be smart, erase competitors with one swipe of a finger, navigate the stock market without crashing, and generally find easy solutions for hard problems. Your boss will verify if everything looks correct, and most importantly, beautiful.
Beautiful.
But as you do all that, the charts start to get a life of their own. They go wild. Will you be able to tame them? Or maybe even find your own satisfaction on your way to success?
Geil.
Pocket Boss.
Voll geile Idee. Was?
Data, exploring the secret
Salary.
The game will come out later this year.
Ja, wird großartig.
Geil, geile Ideen drin.
Ja, Kids und Plug and Play war
You can find more information and a link to the Steam page on pocketboss.ch.
Ja.
Thank you.
Will ich Thürisch auf
This autobiographical game is all about food and our complicated relationship with what we eat and what we see when looking at the scale.
Nice.
Its unique gameplay unpacks the frustration and
ich wusste gar nicht, dass wir
strange
Schweiz
humor
sind.
of
Geil.
cooking, eating, working out.
Sind das die Macher? Ja, Felix haben sie ja gezeigt. Ja.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Hi, I'm AP.
We're the co-directors of Consume Me.
Consume Me won the Seamus McNally Grand
Das klingt ein bisschen schmutzig. Das ist wie Make Me.
Independent Games Festival.
Ne?
More importantly, it's about to get its release date announced at Day of the Devs.
After we talk specifically about how cool it is.
Bock auf eine englische Katze?
Was?
Ja.
Did you feel like a complete jerk and or a loser in high school? Well, I did.
And I did not stop her from spending several years of her adult life letting me make a hardcore role-playing game about it with her.
I was not my high school valedictorian. My grades were a toilet emoji. Furthermore, 0 European museums had ever yet featured an exhibit of my art. So the only thing I could think of to want to do was get hot. That's where you come in. Are you tough enough to help cartoon me get hot?
Each story chapter in Consume Me sees Jenny with new goals and not enough time to comfortably accomplish them.
You, the player, must manage her schedule by making meticulous decisions about how to spend her free time.
Every activity costs or boosts different resources.
These activities
often involve mechanically hilarious minigames.
In Consume Me, putting food on your lunch plate is a puzzle game.
You can buy a sponge at the corner store to make the hitbox bigger in the bathroom cleaning minigame, and you can also wear a special outfit that results in your mom giving you more money if you clean the whole bathroom.
Yoga might kill you.
Encounter cash on the street while walking your dog.
This part is based on real life, by the way. 1 out of every 16 times I walked my dogs over the past 4 years, I've encountered a crisp 20 on the ground.
Was?
Can you win the heart of the boy of your dreams? Can you hold on to it? Can you chart a course toward a sustainable future? Can you fit just one more to-do goal on your plate? Or is it already full to bursting?
More importantly, does any of this matter, either in the game or in real life?
We don't have time to spoil the story here.
So you'll have to find out yourself when Consume Me comes to Steam on September 25th, 2025.
Please wishlist it as soon as you can.
Seriously, at the rate of $20 per 16 dog walks, it is going to take me 1,095.89 years to earn $1 million, and we need to make another game after this.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Weiß ich, hat mich nicht.
Sometimes great games
ich glaube, ich mag den Stil nicht. Ich bin da merkwürdig.
Ich mochte den Stil, weil er so weird war einfach.
Ja, sehr weird, ja.
Aber so süß weird irgendwie. Und auch die beiden waren irgendwie süß weird.
Ja, das ja auf jeden Fall.
Ja.
A Brussels-based comic book artist and creator of the game Off.
Geile Bilder. Oh.
Off is a game I made 15 years ago when I was still a big, sweetie, drooling crybaby. It's a Japanese-inspired RPG where you control a baseball bat chasing ghosts in a cubic, strange world. I made this game with no other ambition than to create something funny to show my friends and a few people on the internet. But it got out of my control, and became very famous. The reason is that the game is somehow cursed. It harbors a diabolical force that I can't describe. I ask you please not to play.
Okay.
Dann sehr gut.
Das ist einfach, ja. Das werde ich berücksichtigen.
Man hat was von Undertale, aber ja, ich weiß nicht.
Ja.
I'm Ryan Allier and the studio director. It's been a pleasure to work with Morse Ghost to bring OFF to fans old and new. OFF has inspired many indie RPGs over the years, such as One Shot and Undertale.
Hey everyone, it's Toby. OFF was a big inspiration to me and Undertale, and I hope you will take this chance to play it either for the first time or the 100th time.
Ach krass.
Oh.
OFF celebrates its 17th anniversary this year, and we've worked hard to preserve its original spirit as we bring it to modern platforms. In addition, Morse Ghost has designed 6 new bosses for returning controllers. Plus, we have a new soundtrack, which you're hearing right now, and revamped combat.
Oh, okay. Use irrational behavior, okay.
OFF ist ein Kult-Game. Kennen anscheinend, also ja, hat eine riesige Fanbase, haben sie zumindest selber gesagt.
We're proud to announce OFF's release date for Nintendo Switch and Steam.
OFF gab es Jahre vor Undertale.
Ja.
Ja gut, aber hat er gerade gesagt, ne, war eine Inspiration.
Ja.
Krass.
Sehe ich zum ersten Mal, höre ich zum ersten Mal.
OFF the RPG.
And now, a world premiere from a studio based in Quebec called Game Team 6. This is their second game together, and it's one of those where the title kind of tells you all you really need to know.
Quebec is Canada?
Before you've even seen it.
Ja.
Please enjoy your first look at Tire Boy.
Ich hab so Hunger, ich hätte es gerne Gebäck. World premiere.
Hi, I'm Corey Martin. I'm Thomas Tobin.
Hey.
And I'm Andy Chmelenko. We're co-creators of Game Team 6, a small studio from Canada making heartfelt games with big ideas. We're so excited to introduce you to Tire Boy, a playful action-adventure platformer about a tire person. Tire Boy is fast and leaping through lush environments, solving environmental puzzles, and taking on heroic battles.
Was haben die Flecken hinter der Front? Der Fickfrosch, was los?
All while helping locals and uncovering his own past.
Froschleute, guck mal.
Tire Boy may be the last of his kind and was lost as a child. At the start of the game, we learn how he was raised by a large owl named Nestwick and doesn't know much about his family or ancestors.
You look tired.
It's a story about connection and curiosity as Tire Boy journeys through a vast, unfamiliar world, searching for purpose and traces of his forgotten origins. Many of the locals have grown fond of Tire Boy. They'll often ask him for things ranging from small favors to the game's main objective, which is to repair a giant radio transmitter to help the local community make contact with long-lost travelers. In spite of its silly premise, we're striving to make the world feel really grounded and genuine. Another thing we've emphasized throughout development is being playful with the scale of things in the world, wanting to make the player feel small and make you feel like a kid. Giving you that childlike experience of feeling like everything around you is impossibly big. And that has a meaningful impact on gameplay, given that you move fast and it feels more satisfying to do so in a big, sprawling world. Tire Boy is weird, heartfelt, and full of little surprises. We've built it to feel like a place you'll want to come back to, whether you're chasing big moments or just soaking in the quiet ones.
Das sieht sehr geil aus, ja. Auf was sitzt
Wishlist Tire Boy on Steam now and follow at tireboy.com on Blue Sky to keep up to date. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
Geil, ey.
Who doesn't love a vacation? Toem took us on a delightful expedition, and the sequel, Toem 2, takes us even further from 2D to 3D. Something we made from Sweden does it again.
In einer Minute ist die Devolver Digital oder haben wir die
I'm Nicholas, co-founders and developers at Something
ist sie gleich schon?
Some of you might remember us, or even better,
zumindest in der Planung
little game Toem.
Ich weiß nicht, ob die live stattfindet jetzt.
Making Toem was an adventure on its own. We never thought it would bring a whole chapter afterwards filled with love from all around the world. And that's why it's exciting and honestly a bit scary returning to something so dear to our and others' hearts.
Okay.
We teased the game and got it back in December, and we're beyond stoked to show the game for the very first time.
Hoffentlich, ja. Gut, okay.
Oh, Toem schon länger draußen, aber so süß, ja.
Ja, das ist echt schön.
Ist so schön.
Toem 2 is still a photography adventure that resides in a whimsical world, where the main objective is to photograph a phenomenon known as Toem. Set a few years after the original game, our protagonist now jumps into their biggest adventure yet. And what the phenomenon is this time, well, you'll have to discover that yourself. Along their journey, they'll stumble upon special NPCs we call friends, each with their own personality and questline. These friends allow deeper relationships for the player, aiding them through fears and difficulties, hence becoming friends. Each friend gives the player what we call a camera tool. These tools allow new and interesting ways of interacting with the world through your camera. For example, the scissors, which cut things.
Okay. Snip.
Or take the hammer, which, yeah, you guessed it, is great for smashing stuff. As you might have noticed, we have updated the visuals. It's a crafty mix of render styles that allows us to reimagine the world without compromising on the vibes. And finally, and maybe most importantly, we have a new movement system. It's probably the biggest change compared to Tone 1, and you can now jump and climb your way through the environment. It adds a lot of playfulness for us when designing quests and regions, ultimately making the world feel more free and open.
Wirklich schön gemacht,
and don't you worry, the handy camera continues to be the main gameplay component. This time, we made it feel a bit faster and snappier.
Was los, Erik?
And tying that in with the new movement, So to recap, more story, updated visuals, and a fun new movement system, but still the very same chill and cozy experience. The whole team is working so very hard to make Tone 2 something that can stand proudly besides the original game, celebrating what worked while improving the rest. So if you're interested to learn more, go wishlist the game and join our Discord. See you all real soon.
Hello. Okay. Are you looking for a way to support Day of the Devs and you just don't know what to do? We have a new collaboration with our partners at the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. They have an annual program called Game Maker Sketchbook, which sees a celebration of artistry in games. And we don't mean just concept art, we mean character designs, we mean storyboards, we mean iconography.
Tell me more.
All the different kinds of art that go into developing a game, they are putting a spotlight on, and it's awesome. This year we worked with an illustrator called Nimit Malavia to make this epic piece that features characters from all the best games of the year. Literally dozens and dozens of characters, a veritable Where's Waldo of every game character that you love. That print is limited edition and on sale at imapit.com.
Okay, guys.
All the proceeds go to the AIAS Foundation and Day of the Devs. Literally, we're nonprofits asking for your dough, but like, it doesn't just mean giving money. It means you get something in return too. Isn't that a joyous thing?
We want to give a huge shout out to our flagship sponsor at Xsolla, who really helped make Day of the Devs happen this year. Xsolla is a global video game commerce company that aligns with our mission to help developers connect directly with players and sell more games, without giving up control or extra revenue.
Ich musste bei dir nochmal neu abonnieren.
Ansonsten wärst du kein Sub mehr, nicht wahr?
Genau, genau. Die hat mich aber rausgeschmissen, also habe ich das Abo gekündigt und dann gleich wieder neu gemacht.
Richtig so.
Gleich wieder neu gemacht.
Da muss ich mal gucken, wo ich noch drin bin und wo nicht.
Thank you, Greg, for that riff on Xsolla. We are so happy to have them as a
flagship meinen eigenen Abonnements, nicht wahr?
We also have
bei
some
den
other sponsors
Freuds muss ich das auch machen.
Because it takes a village to support Day of the Devs. We are a non-profit and every little bit helps.
Sponsor, ja.
We got our founding sponsors, Double Fine Productions and I Am 8-Bit. We have a whole list of other folks that have been contributing throughout the last year, and we just want to give them a shout out. Annapurna Interactive, Blumhouse Games, Devolver Digital, Idea Xbox, 47 Communications, Panic, PlayStation, Razer, Sabotage Studio, Studio MBHR, Summer Game
Sascha, bei
Fest,
mir blinkt mein eigener Stream nicht schwarz auf.
And the
Also ich
whole
hab den
gang
ja
at the Game Awards
hier auch noch.
for your
Ich habe ein
continuous
bisschen darauf
support.
geachtet, bei mir nicht.
Thank you so much.
And if you'd like to donate directly to Day of the Devs, you can go to dayofthedevs.org and do so there. And remember, Day of the Devs is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so any donations are 100% tax deductible.
If you like what you saw here today and want more, just follow us on the World Wide Web, www.dayofthedevs.org. Please wishlist these games, it means a lot to the developers, and thank you for watching today. Thanks to all the developers for sharing their games, and thank you to all our generous sponsors for making this possible. We'll see you next time on Day of the Devs. Point.
Ach, schön.
Huge thanks to our friend Dose One for providing the beats for today's show, and please stay tuned for a musical performance from the game Unbeatable and the band Peak Divide.
Okay, Jonas, dankeschön. Vielen Dank,
I'm
Jonas.
RJ Lake, and I'm directing Unbeatable,
Merci.
a game where music is legal and you do crimes, with Andrew Tsai over at D-Cell. This is a never-before-heard new track from Unbeatable. This is mostly a never-before-heard track from Unbeatable. It's not a live performance, but all the performances in it are live, if that makes sense. That's because the guitarist is playing lead guitar and rhythm guitar and acoustic guitar and is the drummer and our keyboardist is the cameraman. This should show you probably just how much work goes into even one of the songs on our 100% original soundtrack, which, by the way, starting right now, you can pre-order at dcellgames.bandcamp.com. That's right, at dcellgames.bandcamp.com. You can pre-order the soundtrack and you'll get all of the songs that we've shown off so far, including this one.
Die Volver kommt anschließend, Leute. Die Volver kommt anschließend. Mhm. Oh oh. Was? Und das um die Zeit? Oh, meine Augen.
Has your voice been truly locked away? Kept inside these worn out days we made? Or maybe this is another dream I'll soon forget. So I'll put it with the rest and wait for you instead.
Ich finde es wild, wie es aber zu Hause aufgenommen wurde. Das ist irgendwie wild. Deren Spotify. Ja, wäre cool, das mal einzublenden irgendwie, ne?
Hallo.
Wieder komplett reinquanzt in die schöne Musik. Hallo, Phunk.
Entschuldigung.
Nein, alles gut.
Hintergrund.
Hä?
Sieht aus wie ein Rhythmusspiel.
Ja, ich glaube ja. Ich glaube, das ist auch so ein Rhythmusspiel, aber ich weiß nicht welches. Das spielt auch jemand sehr gut, ist alles perfekt.
Ja, ja.
Aber das ist Unbeatable. Ah, alles klar. Das stand auch auf dem Poster im Hintergrund, genau, an der Wand. Unbeatable.
Ah, okay.
Ja.
Kluge Leute.
Ja. Unbeatable hat sogar eine Soundtracks. Aber wie heißt die Band? Da steht auch Unbeatable, ja.
Unbeatable.
Okay. That song is called Worn Out Tapes, and it's actually going to be playable in our demo starting during Steam Next Fest on June 9th, alongside Worn Out Tapes' Tally Ho version, which you might recognize from Rhythm Doctor.
I remember hearing that first version of Worn Out Tapes all the way back in 2018, which is when we started working on the game. As time went on, the style of the game's music and the way we designed the transparent evolved. And it's a full circle moment getting to bring you this brand new rendition of the song when made for their final version of the game.
Both the vocal album and the score for Unbeatable just went live on dcellgames.bandcamp.com for pre-order. And if you pre-order the vocal album, you get all of the songs that we've shown off so far, including worn out tapes. And if you pre-order the score, you'll get all the background music from the demo, all the cockfight music, all of the baseball
Leute, der Typ sieht immer ansatzweise aus wie ich. Was ist denn mit euch?
You can also listen to all of that starting today on our YouTube channel.
Ähnlich.
And that's basically it for my calls to action for this.
Ja, sowas vielleicht.
What else is there to say besides wishlist the game,
Gronkh,
play the demo, and thank you a lot. Like genuinely super. I'm not. We're not here without you. Like genuinely, I don't have anything to say. I don't have any real words. All the planned stuff ended back when I stopped talking about the album. This
sieht aus wie Iblali.
I can't really think of a good way to thank you.
Von der Haarfarbe ein bisschen. Keine Ahnung, was mit Leuten ist.
There is more love that has come into D-Cell than I have any idea what to do with. This game doesn't exist without the support we've gotten so far. So, oh my God, from the bottom of my heart and everyone at D-Cell Games, thank you so much.
Ja, gern
We're going to continue trying to do the best we can do.
Okay, das war cool. Schön, schön,
aus wie Liza Grimm, ja, oder?
Ja, voll, ne? Habe ich auch direkt zuerst dran gedacht, ja.